Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. So in this video we will be talking about the final keyword in Java. So we have already talked about two different types of keywords which are used in Java, that is this keyword and super keyword. So this is the third keyword that we will be discussing about in our course. So talking about the final keyword, this is basically used in order to restrict the user. So if we want to impose any restriction to the user, we are supposed to use this final keyword. And this Java final keyword can be used in many contexts. That means it can be applied to a variable, it can be applied to a method, or it can be applied to a particular class. This can be applied with variables and a final variable that have no value is called a blank final variable or uninitialized final variable. We will also talk about uninitialized final variable in our subsequent slides or subsequent part of the video. Now it can be initialized in the constructors only. The uninitialized final variables, they can be initialized only in constructors, and it can be static also, which will be initialized in the static block only. Now we have I am just briefing you all about this particular keyword. We will look into the implications of each one of them through an example. So let us first take into consideration the first application of final keyword, which is in a variable. So talking about the first instance, which is final keyword with variable. So let us first see how we can do this. So talking about a final variable speed limit, we are going to change the value of this variable, but it cannot be changed because the final variable, once it is assigned a value, it can never be changed. So you can talk about like static variables. Final variable creates a very constant. That means I'm converting the variable into a constant value using the final keyword. Now let me take a particular class. Okay, so let's say class, and I will be using, let's say test is the name of the class, or to be very precise, let me consider class var fee. Okay, var final. So here now I am introducing a particular method which is the main method, which is public static void main, and within this I have string arguments. And within this method, what I'm trying to do is I will be considering an integer value. Let's say integer n is equal to 50, and on the next line I will write n plus 10. Okay, now if I print the value of system.out.println, so if I am trying to print the value of n here, what is the output that I should be getting? I should be getting the output should be as 50 plus 10, which is 60, right? Now when I am introducing the final keyword here, it will not be able to give me this output because the number which is, or value which is initialized to n is 50, and since this particular n is a final variable, it cannot be changed. Okay, we will also see this with the help of a program in my next video, but here theoretically let us understand the concept. If I am not using this final keyword, my output is 60, whereas if I am using the final keyword with the variable n, then essentially it will give me a compile time error saying that this is a final variable and it cannot be changed. Okay, so this is the first usage of the final keyword with a variable. The next is how do we use the final keyword with a method. Okay, so with a method we will be checking how it is implemented. So if you have gone through my previous video, you could already see that we have done some examples using method overriding. Now when I am using final keyword with a particular method, essentially that method cannot be overridden. That means if I am trying to restrict any user in order to not to override my method, I have to introduce final keyword to that particular method. Now let us take an example. So let us take the first one, which is class var fee. Okay, and here let me simply write down the method which is void display, and within this I have the display statement as method 1. Okay, so this is the first method. Now when I'm trying to override this particular method, I have to create a child method. So let us say class child1 extends var fee, and here what I'll try to do is I will try to use the same method which is void display, but I will be trying to print a different statement here which is method 2. Okay, now when I am trying to, so this is the closing of the inside method. So within this I will also have public static void main and string arguments. So when I am doing this, essentially I will have the method body here. Okay, and I'll close the child class. So within the method body we can create an object of child1 c is equal to new child1 and use this particular object to call the display method. So when I am trying to do this, what is the output that I should get? Essentially this particular method has overridden this method. Okay, however, since I am using an object of the child class, so the method 2 would be printed here because it will not be able to access the parent class method. So this was one of the property for overridden. Now if I want to call the method which is there in the parent class, I have to create an object of the parent class. So varphi v is equal to new varphi, and here what I'll do is I'll use v dot display, right? And while I'm doing this, I can then be able to access this particular parent class method and my output will be method 1. However, this is the normal flow of overriding concept where the child class method is overriding the parent class method. Okay, now if I do not want the parent class method to be overridden, what I should do is I should simply introduce the final keyword here with this method. So when I'm trying to do this, it will give me a compile time error. So I will not be able to compile it correctly, saying that this method is final and hence it cannot be overridden, right? So this is the next implication or next application of the final keyword which happens with the methods. The third one is with the class. So we can use final keyword with the class. Now if I'm making the final keyword with the class, or if I'm using the final keyword with a class, that means if I'm making a class final, I will not be able to extend it. That means it cannot be inherited, right? For example, now if I am making the first class final, which was var phi, and here I am writing void display and introducing some kind of print statement here. The same print statement I will be using, method 1. So here what happens is I will not be able to override this method. That means not override this method, I will not be able to extend this method at all. So if I am using some other class, which is, let's say, class, what did we use in my previous, class child1. So I'll use the same one. So class child1 extends var phi. Okay, so here, and then I'm trying to write anything here. Okay, this will not be possible because it will not allow us to inherit the properties of the var phi class. So here also I will be getting a compile time error. I will not be allowed to simply inherit it. Okay, so these are the three different concepts which are related to the final keyword, and we can use them with a variable if we want that variable to be constant throughout the program. And the next one is, if there is a method which we do not want to override, then we can use final with it. Thirdly, if we have a class which we can want that it should not be inherited, then we can use the final keyword with that particular class. Now there is a question which comes which is a very common question, which is the final method also inherited? So the final method is inherited, but we cannot override it. In case of class, I will not be able to inherit the class, but here if you see, when I am using with the method, this final method would be inherited here by the child class. Okay, it will be inherited, there is no problem in it, but we cannot override. It's just that it cannot be overridden. Okay, so that we have to be very careful about. That if we are using a final method, we can definitely inherit the final method, but we will not be able to override that particular method. Now there is another concept which we talked about, and that is known as blanked or uninitialized variable. So talking about blank or uninitialized variable, sorry, the spelling is wrong. Okay, uninitialized variable. So when we are talking about blank or uninitialized variable, we have to understand that a final variable which is not initialized at the time of declaration is known as a blank final variable. Suppose we are introducing int I is equal to 50. So I have initialized the value of this variable as 50. Now what happens is, if I am not initializing it at the time of declaration, okay, then that means it is a blank final variable or uninitialized variable. Okay, now we have to understand that these things happen, or blank or uninitialized variable, it occurs only in a constructor. So apart from this, if we are considering any other variable which is not initialized, okay, that will not be very much suitable. It happens only when we are using a constructor, or there is a constructor in that already in that particular program. Okay, so this also we will be looking into it in my next video, and we will also be talking about how these things really impact a particular program. Okay, and there is also a concept which is known as static blank final variable. Now a static final variable which is not initialized at the time of declaration is known as static blank final variable, and it can be initialized only in static blocks. Okay, so if I'm considering a static blank final variable, this is also there, and this happens only in a within a static block. Okay, so this we have to understand. This we will talk do deeply in my subsequent sessions. Now we do not have to worry much about it, but we should know about this blank variable or uninitialized variable, which happens only when we use a constructor, right? So this is all from the theoretical aspect. In my next video we will be looking into all of these examples with the help of the programs that we have already discussed. So this is all for this video. We'll again look into this concept in my next video. Thank you.